How would you describe the book to someone who hasn't read it?
Well, our new book is entitled The Understanding by Design Guide to Creating High-Quality Units. In a nutshell, this book is an extension of the work of Understanding by Design, first published now 13 years ago. In the book, we describe what we've learned in those 13 years working with thousands of educators throughout the world, particularly in using Understanding by Design for unit planning. So the word guide in the book is intended to suggest that this book will guide teachers and school leaders in designing high-quality UbD units. Teachers may be familiar with UbD and the basic unit design template, but just looking at the template doesn't always help them know what is a quality essential question, or how to design a more authentic performance task, or how to teach toward understanding. And so this guide combines text, examples, and some exercises to help teachers better utilize the UbD framework. Another way of thinking about it is that this book condenses the experiences we've had working with teachers and puts it into a form that we hope will guide people, particularly teachers who may not have access to a workshop or a course.
So the main benefit is in helping them guide them specifically towards units, and it's organised a bit differently to your previous books?
Yes, the focus of this new book is on unit design, but we've tried to organize the book to be quite flexible, and it's organized around a set of modules reflecting the key ideas of UbD for stage 1, 2, and 3. And the modular approach allows teachers, or a workshop group for that matter, to explore the aspects of Understanding by Design that they want and need. So one way the modules work is that if you want to begin with using backward design, you can do it at a very basic level. For example, only thinking about essential questions for your unit. And that might be the start. Later on, you might move into stage 2 and be introduced to the facets of understanding and think about how the facets of understanding can inform your assessments. Later on in stage 3, we introduce ideas for teaching for understanding. On a return pass, however, we might go into each of those areas more deeply. In stage 1, we might talk about, or we do talk about, overarching understandings versus topical understandings and questions. In stage 2, we introduce the GRASPS acronym to build in more authenticity into performance tasks. And in stage 3, we get into a construct that we refer to as AMT, ways of thinking about helping students acquire, make meaning, and transfer their learning. And each of those goals has concomitant teaching practices, and we describe those in more detail. Another note is that this book includes over 100 pages of supplementary materials and additional examples online. So people that buy the book have additional resources, which in fact can be updated via the internet.
What was the driving motivation for writing this particular book?
There were several underpinning reasons why Grant Wiggins and I developed this book. One was as a place to pool the accumulated wisdom that we've gotten over the years in working with teachers and learning some of the tricks of effective unit design, as well as offering some of the cautions and pitfalls that we have noticed. A second motivation was to introduce a new version of our UbD template. We've kept the same template for Understanding by Design unit planning for 13 years, but in this book we introduced version 2.0. And we liken the upgrade of our template to software, where in software periodically we go from version 1.0 to 2.0 and 2.0 to 3.0. And each subsequent version of the software brings in new features and refinements. So we think that just as in software, Understanding by Design has some refinements that we have introduced and built in to our new template. So the UbD 2.0 template is described in this book, and it's a forum for people to look at and consider these refinements.
What ways does the resource contribute to supporting the challenges of school improvement?
Understanding by design in its fundamental intent is about trying to make school more meaningful and relevant for learners, framing the content and skills we teach around authentic and meaningful uses, helping teachers focus their teaching, their curriculum planning, and their assessment around the most important ideas and processes in the subjects we teach, ultimately with a goal toward transfer. We think that this is at the heart of school improvement. A challenge that many educators face is the problem of too much content to teach and not enough time to teach it all. So one of the goals of UbD is to focus and prioritize our teaching around the most important transferable ideas and remind everyone that the end we seek is the capacity for students to transfer their learning in meaningful and authentic situations that not only support them in school, but will equip them for life beyond the school. This guide is simply an extension of those basic ideas. And if people appreciate the goals of UbD, then this new book will enhance their journey.